Golden Dahlia, everyone, this is Mr. Raven with another video. Because I've been asked this ad nauseum, I'm making a video on this topic, something I've been asked since probably kindergarten. The old question, why is Greenland called Greenland if it's icy, and why is Iceland called Iceland if it's green? I've heard this question all my life. The most common answer that people think is correct is that they were named so as to lure people away from settling on the beautiful country of Iceland to Greenland, which is stereotypically depicted as a frozen over large-ass rock sitting pretty next to Canada. This, of course, is not the case, so here's a brief explanation on why both of these are named as such. So let's start with Iceland. The modern name of Iceland comes from Rafnafloki He wasn't the first one to sell into Iceland, though, as he's already been beaten by Swedish Garðarsvarsson and also by Faroese but his name was the one that stuck. Floki was led to Iceland by one of the ravens he took along with him to help him find land. Yeah, Iceland was founded by ravens. Anyways, when Floki reached Iceland, it was winter time when he settled in the northwestern portion of the island, and he was very ill-prepared for the cold because the summer before was really good. And upon settling, he remarked upon the large chunks of ice drifting in the fjords and in the bay, and the magnificent glaciers that are in the northwestern part of the island. Thus, he dubbed the name Iceland, meaning land of ice, although the name was given negatively because when Floki returned to Norway, he spoke very bitterly about the place. He absolutely hated it. Though, nevertheless, between the end of the 9th century and early 10th century, thousands flocked to Iceland, which is what is called the landnám, which means settlement, but more accurately means land grab. And among those people being Floki, who lived in Iceland until his death after realizing that, yes, this place was a very beautiful place to live. And Iceland became quickly one of the most popular settlements in all of Scandinavia. Now, Greenland wasn't discovered until the arrival of famous Erik the Red, father of the well-known Icelandic Leif Erikson. Yep, that's right. Leif Erikson is Icelandic. Now, Erik the Red was a troublemaker and liked to kill people, which involved him getting banned from not just Norway at first, but then Iceland, but only for 3 years. And during those 3 years, he spent his time exploring the West. He returned home to Iceland to tell his friends of the wonderful new land he had founded called Greenland, meaning land of green. But it is speculated that Erik found Greenland in the summer, and during that time, Greenland is green. Greenland remained a prosperous settlement for a few centuries until it mysteriously died out all of a sudden. Of course, I'm referring to the Viking settlements. The native people of Greenland, the Kalalit, have been surviving and thriving on Greenland long before the Vikings and are still around to this day. So there you have it. Greenland does have green, as evidence of this picture of the city of Kalatok, which is one of my favorite Greenlandic words ever. And Iceland does have ice, as evidence of this picture of Eyjafjallajökull. And speaking of Eyjafjallajökull, there is something I want to share with all of you, because not only is it funny, but it'll help clear out another question I am constantly asked. So here is a question that was left on Youngblood Fantasy's human behavior rant I did with him on Foxtrot and the GRV of Lightning. I'll link it to it in the description. Oops. But he asked the standard question of why is Iceland green and Greenland icy? And I said, well, Iceland has ice, though. 11% of the island is covered in glacier, largest being Eyjafjallajökull. Plus, in winter, Iceland is pretty much covered in snow, and snow is ice. Ice is just water in a solid state, and snow is water in a solid state. And Greenland, despite being pretty much all glacier, does have greenery on it, though it's all mainly in the division of Eyjafjallajökull. And then out of nowhere, the GRV of Lightning comes around and tells me that I'm wrong. Now, when Youngblood told me that the GRV of Lightning was stupid, I didn't think it would be this bad, considering the fact that all it took to correct GRV of Lightning mistake was literally 5 fucking seconds of looking up shit on the internet. So let me prove how dumb the GRV of Lightning is, although it's pretty obvious already how dumb he is. So as I said, that 11% of the island is covered in glacier. 8% of that 11% is Eyjafjallajökull. Not only is it the biggest glacier in Iceland, Eyjafjallajökull is the biggest glacier in all of Europe. And also, as I stated in my reply to him, Eyjafjallajökull is 8 times bigger than Eyjafjallajökull. So the lesson here, GRV of Lightning, if you're going to try to prove me wrong, actually at least do research, because I found this all out in literally like 2 minutes. And now for the last thing I want to bring up, because a lot of people ask me how to pronounce the name Eyjafjallajökull. Because, of course, you know, the media made a big thing about it when it erupted, and it caused a lot of airline trouble all over Europe. So here, I'm going to say it slowly, so that way you guys can understand how to say it. Eyjafjallajökull. Eyjafjallajökull. And that is all.